Good morning, everyone. I want to get you a video sermon this morning. I'm going to be in Matthew 4:18 through 22, I think, in the King James Version of the Bible. And it says, And Jesus, walking by the Sea of Galilee, saw two brethren, Simon called Peter, and Andrew his brother, casting a net in the sea, for they were fishers. And he saith unto them, Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. And they straightway left their nets and followed him. And going on thence, he saw other two brethren, James the son of Zebedee and John his brother, in a ship with Zebedee their father, mending nets. You have to mend your nets sometimes. Everything ain't always rejoicing. Mending their nets, and he called them. And immediately they left their ship and their father and followed him. They did like old Elijah. When Elijah came down there, he just left his oxen and his plow and followed Elijah. But I just wanted to talk to you today about words. Those words Jesus spoke attracted people off the job, and I know at least Peter was married, and that's pretty powerful. Words are powerful. It shapes children's lives. I was telling you before that we tell children we want them to walk and talk. We can't wait. And then they do, and we tell them to sit down and shut up. We give them negative programming. We tell them they're dumb and can't do things. And it takes a lifetime of deleting those files for them to get straightened back out. Once you shoot that arrow, it's not coming back to the bow. It's just not going to do it. I remember I had a dream. I spoke about it on another video. But me and my brother, we lived in a rough area in our early part of our childhood, and these boys would rock battle and fight and knife and all that kind of stuff. And so I had a dream one night, and in the dream, they'd throw hedge apples, rocks, or whatever. And in the dream I had, it was me and my brother. We was having a rock battle. You know how dreams are, but it was so real. And he was up on a hill, and I was down in a little hole down here, a few little shrubs in front of me. There was a barn in between me and him, and he was up on this hill. And he had the distinct advantage. And I worked all night long in this dream, from one bush to another. I realized that whoever got to that barn first was going to be the one that was going to be victorious. So I finally got to the barn before he did, and I was waiting at the entrance. It was open all the way through, and I was waiting for him. And when he came, I threw that rock like old David slung the stone at Goliath, and I could see it, and it was going to hit him right there. And the moment I let that rock go, I wished I'd had it back, but I couldn't get it. It's like the arrow, you can't get it back. And I saw his little body crumple, and I ran up to him, and I realized that he was dead. Oh, what I would have gave to get that rock back. I would have given anything, but it was too late. Couldn't do it. And so anyway, be sure that's what you want to do. Be sure you want to hurt somebody before you do, because you can't get the rock back. I've tried to speak life into my grandsons, my grandchildren. One of them, I would tell him, I said, you can do anything. So he had an interview, and I told you about it, but let me tell you about it again. And the man said, what sayings, what quotes, what advice through the years do you remember above all others? And he said, well, my papa told me I could do anything. And that man said, that's it? Papa said you could do anything? He said, yeah. Said he never forgot that. I've already told you about my Uncle Jack, my mother's brother, the influence he had over me, how good he was to me. Children need that. And there's a next dimension. There's another level. And for every level, there's a new devil. And a lot of things are going to be determined by most things are going to be determined by how we think. So if you can ever get your head on straight, everything else will fall into place. Everything else will start to move and follow along. A lot of people not moving. They're just waiting on things to happen. And how can you move forward without goals? And you know, in the very beginning, in Genesis, when God made the world, it said he moved upon the water. God is not a statue. He is moving all the time. Success is intentional, I found. And you know it is. You always win. You always win on purpose and never accidentally. You don't get a college degree by accident. I don't know. I went down there and visited the library and they handed me a degree. You know, it don't work that way. I just been blessed with it. Bless God, I've just been blessed with it. I don't know how I got it. But it's intentional. And the poor little kids, I think about them. Some of them's going to bed hungry every night for food, no doubt. But there's more than ever that's going to, even the rich kids sometimes going to bed starving for some kind of love and affection, a kind word. Some kids, if they say anything to their parents, they may get backhanded across the room. And you know, we was talking about success being intentional. If you don't aim at it, you won't hit it. I don't know how I won the Olympics. I just stumbled across the line and they came out with this big old gold medal thing. You see, it doesn't happen that way. If you want to learn more about the Bible, if you want to build yourself up praying in the Holy Ghost, that's intentional, and you got to get with it. You got to be relentless. You got to be unstoppable. And so many people's doing things that their heart's not even in. That's a dangerous thing. I see people go to church, they just kind of going through the motions, you know. That's dangerous. They just wind up being a placeholder on the stage of life. I heard a man say he could play the piano a little bit until the real boys came. The reason a lot of people are not any better is because they don't throw themselves at it. They're not committed. It's going to give back to you on the level that you committed to it, I'll tell you that. It doesn't matter if it's a piano or a guitar or a Bible or whatever you're talking about. Same with friendship and love. It will give itself to you on the level that you gave. What is the next dimension for you? What's the next level for you? Or are you just survival? Is survival success? Is that what you're shooting for? Are you just collecting birthdays? Would you like for somebody to give you a gift? Then I'm going to give you one. There's probably many I could give you, but the permission to change. If you open this video up this morning with intentions of not changing, no matter what was said or no matter what you felt, we're not doing too good. You need to leave your mind open to the fact that you will change if you need to. You know, there's people, I see them in the world, they call it, they get a makeover. And we need sometimes a spiritual makeover. And I know God orders our steps. We've talked about that. But he doesn't determine your stride, how big a step you take. You get with it. Don't you know, I was in the Army and they taught us how to, you know, well, I already knew how to march, but they mark time. When you mark time, you don't go anywhere. You go out and start your car and you put it in neutral, you're going to sit there. You're not going anywhere. You got to put it in gear. So it's time for us to get it in gear. Can't we see with the coronavirus that it's high, as the Bible said, it's high time. I've got a navigational system from, you know, a GPS, but it tells me where to go, but it doesn't tell you how fast. You got to determine some of that yourself. What makes people follow? What makes one person follow another one? It's because they hoping that they can bring it out of them, what they got inside. We got a man, he's got 2 children now. He's in his 30s, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, when he was a small boy, he saw my shoes, and he told his mother he wanted some shoes like that. He said he wanted some of them preacher shoes, and we still go to church together when we can get there because of the coronavirus. And I say, son, is them your preacher shoes? Did you ever get you any? I'll say stuff like that to him. It's not the shoes. It's not the suit. You can get the same suit, the same shoes that somebody else has got, but that's not what it's about. What makes people follow you is when they have a sense, when you have a sense of what's next for them. And that they feel like you're going somewhere. And not only that you're going somewhere, but you know the way. And that you're feeding what's in them. A dog will come around if you feed him. Anything that you feed will hang around and follow you. You have to feed what will get them to the next level. You must have something on the next level the person is kin to. You're akin to my destiny. When you speak, you feed something within me that is starving to death. I need you to feed my future and feed my destiny and what's in front of me. I'm hungry and you got the bread. If you feed me my future, I'll follow you. Everything I'm looking for is in front of me and nothing behind. Jesus, he knew how to work that combination within a man. He still does. It's kind of disturbing when a man realizes there's something inside of them, but he don't know the combination, the secret. He can't break in on it by his own. We need to be interested in one another. We need to get off the me channel and be interested in somebody else every now and then and sponsor them. I want to know what's in a man and know how to help him get it out. Why should God invest in your wandering when he's all about purpose? God gives power to purpose. You can't get a withdrawal when you haven't made any deposit. You know, Jesus picked them 12 disciples. He had an ear chopper offer. He had a man from the IRS, I guess, or whatever. Somebody denied him. He had a thief. Oh, yeah. And you need a team that can function in your absence. I missed last Sunday and Sunday night, and I hated to miss because that's what it is. You miss. You can't make up for it. And I heard later they had 2 services that it was the kind you didn't want to miss. But I felt so great that I could be here at my home, not feeling well, and didn't have to worry about that over there. I could just worry about getting better. We need, ministers need people that'll function while we're not there to do it ourselves. And they have made me a better guy. You become a result of the people you pick. You know, if you have too many bags, you can't get on an airplane. You can't get on a flight. They won't even let you if you got too much bags. So you don't want too much baggage. You don't want a team based upon where you used to be. You want a team based upon where you're trying to go. God has the keys to unlock the mystery of who I am and who I need to be. You're a designer's original. You know, my job as a leader is put you in a position to be the highest that you can be in the most capable position. And you need patience with people. that other people don't have patience with. If you got that, then you may be helping somebody. You know, drug dealers, they understand. They buy drugs wholesale and sell them retail. If you could get those same people to do something good, they got a good business sense. Exposure is one of the gateways to greatness. You have to be exposed to it. I've tried to hang around with people that had what I wanted, and just hoping that I'd get some of it. You either grow or you go. It's just like that. Jesus said, "Follow me and I'll make you fisher of men. Follow me and I'll unlock what's inside of you." Faced with who I can be, and I will never be happy with who I used to be. That's my desire. I've desired wisdom. I'm still after it. Yeah, you don't have much, but I'm after it. I'll guarantee you I am. And I desire the gift of healing. That God would use me in that line. And there's nothing to boast of. There's nothing to boast about. And I desired that I could get the best out of people. I have desired that. I remember Brother Harold Simmons. I've told you this different times. I'm repeating myself, but maybe somebody will come in on a video that didn't get to hear that one that I originally spoke about. But anyway, Brother Harold, he had this ability. He died at 40 years old, and he had the ability to make you feel like you could fight a lion kind of thing. And I'd see him. I'd be in a room. Maybe we'd be in a foyer of the church, and I'd see him over there, and he'd talk to this. He'd come talk to me, and I just thought it was just me and him. He looked down in my eyes. I've already said I like a man that has a good countenance, and he'd just act like it was just me and him in this room. And then he left me. He'd go around to the other people, and he'd do them the same way. So I wanted that. I wanted that. Like I say, wisdom, healing, and to be able to bring out the best in people. I would love to be able to do that for someone. I see people that they don't even realize what's down in them. I see that, but the other part of it is the ability to get it out of them. I'm just still praying about that. I told you, I'm going to tell you this, and then I'll try to conclude this, I think. When I was sick with the radiation burns, people had asked me how I was doing. Before that, somebody says, "How you doing?" I wouldn't even want to talk about it. I said, "Let's talk about how you doing," or something like that. And but then when the radiation burns come, I found myself saying, "I'm hanging in. I'm hanging on." I didn't like that. Wanted to hold my head up, and so today I'm doing good. Not every little thing is good, but I'm doing good. And if I can just hang on a few more days, I can make it over there, and that's my desire. So I've enjoyed getting this to you. I hope it's profitable to you. If it is, let me know. And if you need anything, let me know what that would be, and I will be glad to try to help in any way.